Hello and welcome to another scene of Unmask Orlando. Tonight, Alexandra is returning from the hotel where she spent the previous evening and day, I suppose. While on the way, she will be calling Ely on the phone in order to invite her over for some chit chat. So she will call Ely now.
Yeah, and the voice that it's a older woman that picks up the phone. Hello.
Good evening. May I speak with Ely, please?
A few moments will pass. Hello.
Ely, hi. It's Alexandra.
Oh, thank God. You wanna do something?
Well, I was wondering if you could come by my haven later
Of
tonight.
course. Sure, I'll do it. Mom, get the car ready.
I'll text you the address, dear, okay?
Okay.
When should I expect you?
Can you just give it to me the address now? I can write it down.
Alrighty. Make my life difficult, why don't you?
No, it's just I don't know. It's
Well,
easier that way.
it's 311 E Morse Boulevard, 8 to 5.
Okay.
Uh, Near Winter Park. I guess I can expect you within the hour.
Oh yeah. I'll be there.
Well, thank you, dear. I will see you there. Bye bye.
She's already hung up, so yeah.
Okay, so Alexander will return home. And where exactly is Thorn at the moment?
Out back with a looks like a few bowls of your bowls, not because there's several of them, with a sword in a scabbard. Com, and depending on if there's an area in your backyard where it's very
There is no
secluded.
backyard.
Oh
It's an
darn!
apartment.
Oh,
There's a
I thought it was at
balcony.
home. Then he's out on the balcony with bowls. It looks like he's meditating.
Okay. Well, Alexander will go towards Thorn.
When you take a couple of steps, you hear a woof, and you see Vlad sitting behind the kitchen counter as if he's kind of watching my back. And I turn around and look at the wolf.
Hello, Thorn. What? And she will like cock her head a little bit, like wondering what the fuck is he doing. What are you
Uh,
doing there?
Meditating.
Hmm. Very interesting. Would you get ready, dear? We're expecting company.
Deep inhale, and when I come in, the curtains around the balcony entrance blow very extravagantly, and I go on in. Pick up my stuff and put on attire. Before I get about 20 feet or 10 feet, I turn around and go, everything okay? You didn't come back last night. Or yesterday.
Well, unforeseen circumstances.
Ah, I do not mean to pry.
Well, if you wish to know, I'll tell you. If you don't, I won't.
Let's hold that thought for a few minutes and let me put puppies away. And call Vlad, who is just walks over and just follows
Don't
me
worry
around.
about them. I think it's better if you leave them here. Ely is coming.
I want Vlad's not a friend. I'll bring out Savannah.
All right.
Savannah's just basically Savannah for real is a pet I adore.
This is adorable, of course
Yeah,
you do.
Vlad's kind of like backup.
Well, do what you need to do.
Go change clothes, but it takes like 2-3 minutes to put Vlad in the cage, about to say, and bring out Chitara. Do ask about do okay.
And Alexander is still wearing last night's clothes.
Anything interesting happen that you'd want to talk about, ma'am, my lady?
Why are you doing this?
Even as I walk by, I
You
grab
know
your
it
hand and give
gets
it a very a little kiss.
you know it always gets to me.
Mm,
Well, let's just say that I was comforting a certain ravenous gentleman with some of his issues.
Mr. Arjun,
Indeed.
let's get you out of those clothes.
Fine, fine, I'll go change.
Thorn like follows you, and like for real, when you come in there, like waits for you to sit down and to take your shoes off.
Alright.
Helps you start with the heart and like unlaces your shoes and stuff. He's like, "Is this a meaningful thing with you and him?"
I wouldn't go that far. Let's say it's a way for him to uh probably channel his rage over the events that happened at the chantry.
Ah, you all seem to know Kautia for a while. May I ask another question?
Hmm.
And start and like for real, go like run your bath and stuff.
Well, she probably doesn't need a bath because she probably had a shower before coming. I
No,
mean,
never
yeah,
mind.
yeah, you know.
How old is Mr. Arjun?
Younger than me, younger than you, I
Ding
suppose. But
dong.
Oh,
well, go get the door, dear. I'm going to change.
bow politely and head to the door. Wow, with the kitty cat.
Emily, or Ely. Emily's
Why are
gone.
you doing this to me?
Ely is just standing outside the door. And she, oh, hey, Thorn.
Madam, and open the door. Enter, freely. Enter, please.
Thank you. She comes in and she just begins to pet your pet, just the cat in quotes.
I give the kitty cat a little meow of be gentle, to say, which is weird because I'm still like she's a vampire, but it's still yeah. Damn
Yeah,
it.
but she's inoffensive to animals, so she's good. She's good.
So I was invited. That doesn't happen too often. Well, I mean, I guess
Oh, Alexandria's in the back changing. I'm sure she'll be
it's
on
the
that.
longest I've spent in a large city, so I guess I'm gonna have to get used to it.
We all are. I'm enjoying it.
Hmm. I mean,
Well,
it beats running from town to town for God only knows how long.
I guess you guys will proceed to the living room.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a huge ass couch.
And Ely, I mean, she's dressed fairly well. If you didn't know better, you would say that's probably some of Katya's clothing she's given to her. And she just gets up on the couch, just sits there, dangling her feet, just looking around.
Every time I come in, I rub the table. I just like the table.
Well, after a few minutes, Alexandra will come out. And wearing this because it's supposed to be like serious or whatever. Oh, hey, Eli. I hope you found the way quite easily.
Oh yeah, it was no problem.
Good to hear. And she will sit on the couch. So, how have you been holding up?
All right, I suppose.
I mean, that night at the chantry was quite eventful. Have you
Yeah,
had the chance to speak with Katya, perhaps?
not really. No,
Hmm.
I've been checking up, but I haven't been able to find too much. If that is her
I'm,
husband, if that's
I'm
her
quite
husband,
worried about her.
yeah, we need to do something. We need to.
This is part of the reason why I got you here, honey.
Okay.
I have already made some arrangements. I will be meeting with Conrad when he deems it necessary so that we know the whole story and what's the exact situation there. And I believe you've met Evelyn, right?
Yeah.
Well, I have a meeting with Evelyn as well.
So what do we do with him?
First things first, we need to find out more information about him. Who is he? What is he? How old is he? How powerful he is? What kind of team we will need, but I think that we need to destroy him.
I agree.
And in order to do this, we need to study him first. I mean, if my first instinct is to just go and try and do something to him, but that would be against my better judgment and not advised. But do not worry, we will have enough allies, I believe, against him. It will require a lot. I was wondering, have you perhaps spoken about it to your primogen?
No, not yet. I can if you want me to.
No, I would prefer that you held off for a little while until after we have spoken with Conrad. And depending on what he believes is best, we will proceed afterwards.
What do you think, Thorn? You haven't said much.
Uh, Shake his head a little bit. I think that that person, if there's an elder of that power in the Tremere Chantry, then that person is technically running the show. And while he seems like a complete ass for striking Katya, if we make a move, this technically will be us making a move against the Tremere and their princehood.
That's only if they know that he's been. Well,
Well, he was supposed to be dead, so we don't know if their hierarchy is actually aware of his existence.
But we know that he's an elder that they're hiding their information
Yes, we know
that's
that he's an
controlling.
elder who presented himself as a neonate.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did. But we know that's not true.
get more. Get to know him more. Know exactly what's going on, and
He's
then
the core of the lie. He's the core of the lie. They covered for him. He's decided the cause. You heard it themselves. All three of the Tremere are about the same age. None of them have a true power over the other, except for Katya with her generation. But one of them has been elected. It's almost like been chosen. Perhaps one was chosen over the others.
We don't need to jump to assumptions here. The thing is, he didn't appear when the princedom was taken. He appeared afterwards. He appeared after I was here.
Ah,
When he presented himself to the prince, that was after I arrived in Orlando. They didn't know who he was at that time. So
that's still
so we can't assume yet.
no, we can't. But I just believe it's a big step for the protection of one kindred, and if this happens, people need to be sure about it, and it needs to be done fast and well
I don't
and
think
right.
they protect him. I think they're protecting themselves. From what I saw, all of them, I mean, I didn't see Castile, but all three of them, Katya, the prince, and especially Conrad, I believe they want him dead. So they're not protecting him, at least not willingly. He has something on them or he's threatening them. And he using whatever relationships and bonds they have with each other against them.
It's more than friendly bonds and stuff like that, and teacher over student. There's mind control there. It's obvious. Well, I thought it was obvious.
Probably to some degree, but as you saw, they weren't exactly compliant.
No, they were not.
I mean, Conrad broke his own hands. The prince urged you to go and intervene. As for Katya, well, I don't know what happened when she went in, but from what you said, there was a screaming match.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem that like people who are compliant. It seems like people who are trying to resist.
Agreed. Agreed.
That doesn't mean that they're trustworthy, of course, but at least we know that it's not something that they do willingly, and I believe we should help them.
I once again I will back up the endeavor, but it is a
Well,
danger. I just want everyone to be aware of the danger.
well, I guess
You
we
will
owe
just
it
you'll
to
just
you.
hear Ely. Ely will just look at Thorn and go, "Pussy." He'll just look at him.
He
Well,
makes a slight shrugging motion,
well, we
but
owe
doesn't
it to
look mad
you.
or angry
We owe it to you that
or
we
sad
know,
or
don't
hurt
we?
or anything. Hmm.
And okay, it was reckless of you to mention when you what you did, but at least now we know. And I
Mm-hmm.
hope that there won't be any official consequences for you. Well,
What did you
probably.
do?
I mentioned Nodite lore, which is kind of a no-no, but
It's not kind of a no-no; it's an absolute no-no when we're within the confines of the Ivory Tower.
I shake my head at that. That's just so odd.
Yeah, and Alexander will kind of discreetly squeeze your arm a little bit, like try to tell you that we don't know where really stands with the Camarilla, so
Oh, and I get what you're doing at the same time, and I still say it's just odd to believe that history started at the Anarch Revolt and the forming of the Camarilla, and nothing before that matters. I just find that odd.
well, in
It's
any
odd.
case, it wasn't the time and the place, but it happened, and now we know things that we wouldn't have known otherwise. And I
which was going to
guess,
give you an opportunity that perhaps to raise your own status. I wish I had a wine glass.
mm, I don't know if I would see it that way. This certainly isn't my goal here.
You should probably think about everything that can happen of your actions.
Well, my priority here is to make sure that the ones that I do know are
Mhm.
safe from a bad person.
I once again, I will back you up. I'm with you, but I do have one other little piece of pessimistic things to say. The the city's being run fine. I'm not sure if it's because of this Michael, or whomever, but and just kind of leave it at that. Pet the
You're
kitty.
forgetting the Primogen Council.
Hmm. Not really. About to say all I know.
Most of the
The end
things,
result is right now the city's being run okay. If we disrupt that, there's going to be power struggles and stuff like that.
as I
But,
said, Thorn, the city was run okay before this neonate, and she'll make the air quotes with her hands, appeared in the city. So
which
it's irrelevant.
actually, that's a very fine point.
But
If
it's also too early. Like Darian has been prince for very short amount of time so far, so it's too early. Any thoughts, Illy?
Hmm. So some religious thing caused this problem.
mm,
Are we sure that's all there is to it?
no, I stepped in the lines in a little bit with with a slight confrontation, a verbal confrontation with the gentleman, and there's a possibility he may not let that lie as is, but that's a minor thing and really only my problem.
Well, I don't think that confrontation was anything to worry about. The problem is that now he's out,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
he probably suspects that we're not gonna keep it to ourselves, probably.
Well, you sounds like you've already talked to Eva. Is that correct?
Not yet. I
Oh,
have arranged for a meeting with her.
get the rest of the. If you can talk to the other Primogen,
I did speak with Arjun last night at the night before, sorry, at the bar.
obviously you did. But what is
I'm
Arjun's
talking
position in the city?
about when we were at the bar, when you were talking with John.
Mhm. Oh, of course. I'm still. What is his position in the city? However, is he a known face? Would his word be
Yes.
respected?
Let's say he's known Katya for a very long time. So much so that he lived in the chantry. He left a few days before the pool party because he learned of the neonate's identity. And he couldn't stay there because he would try to kill him and he would die in the process. So, and this is why he was at the bar drinking, and this is why he called me last night.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
He's on our side.
You know how many Tremere there are in the city?
Well, I don't know if there are any that we haven't met. I mean, the three. Katya, Castile, and Conrad. Then there's the prince. Then there's this asshole. Not sure if there's another one. I haven't been informed if there is, so these are the ones we know.
That's the kitty.
Well, we need to know more about him before we do anything.
Well, we need to know how strong he is, primarily.
There is, and I hate to throw this around because it's almost slander, but I mean, old Tremere guy, a little out of control. There's a chance maybe he's dabbled in magics he's not supposed to.
Hmm. What do you have in mind?
Well, I'm just saying it's not. I'm just it's a complete hypothetical, but in just kind of a worst case scenario. If there's
Mm-hmm.
a claim that's known to dabble with the dark, it is them. Nelson.
Nelson!
Hey,
Okay. I mean,
where are we?
We're at my haven after I left the hotel. You're probably still there, so I guess you could join.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, it
so
won't be awkward at all. Okay, so I'll text Arjun to the address and tell him to come over and that Ely's here.
Oh, okay, I'll be over. And he'll come over after.
So, you may continue, Thorn, what you were saying while Arjun is on the way.
That's about it. Let's say just more worst case scenarios.
Well, what is
My-
the worst case scenario?
He's older than what we think, and is also a
Just
infernalist.
Oh.
But I mean, once again, we have no real proof of that. I'm
Yeah,
just
Thorn,
it's
Thorn, you'll notice that Ely just puts a hand over your mouth and tries to close your mouth. Can I ask about something?
Mm-hmm.
Right, she lets go.
Look at her. Yes.
Have any of you guys ever seen monsters, like real monsters? Like
Blink at her.
You have to be a bit more specific. I've
Like,
seen many
they're kind of like
monsters.
people, but they're really like they look like monsters.
Well, I've seen many monsters in human form. But
No,
I
no,
haven't
no. Like looking like a monster. Like
What have you
Mm,
seen, child?
well, it was like I don't know. It was drinking from a human, and it was really scary looking.
At that point, Arjun walks in. So whether
He
we're
probably knocks on the door. I don't think you just walk in.
oh, true.
And
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, it's your haven, so he'll knock at the door.
Look at it like sounds like a Nosferatu at my is the
What's
one
that?
moment. Alexandra will stand up and go to the door and
What's
You
what's
know.
an Nosferatu?
Oh, and we'll wait till they get the door. But I get quite animated. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Alexandra will open the door and greet Arjun.
Mm.
Cross kiss him across the face.
Hello.
Well, good evening. Please do come in.
And he'll come in. Ellie, good to see you again. Thorn. And he'll nod. Good to see you too. And he'll extend a hand.
Thorn shakes it. And you notice I seem much more easygoing than I was the other night when I first met you.
Yes, had my stress relieved. And he'll smile and look at Alexandra.
You'll just hear a grown-ups from Ely.
He'll chuckle at that.
Classic Ely.
She just looks
telling
more
you, that's like
tired than anything else.
Yeah, I'm breaking down like Clan Nosferatu, on the side.
Yeah, yeah. She's just waves the two others away. She's very very focused on Thorn. It's almost like someone telling a story to a child. She seems very engrossed.
And
Arjun
unfortunately,
will just,
yeah.
I'll just will just say, well, can't exactly say you're wrong there, Ellie. What were we talking about before I walked in?
Not to Alexandria.
Well, some possibilities regarding our common enemy, I suppose we can call him.
You may
Thorn
call
seems
him
to.
yeah, I'll just say you may call him well, he may be a common enemy, but I want to make sure I'm the one that kills him.
Well, if it comes to that, I'll try to do what I can to give you the opportunity. But Thorn seems to believe that there's a chance he might be an infernalist.
Oh, there's a good chance he is. In fact, I know he is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
Well,
exactly what he dealt with, but there was a reason he was blood hunted. There's a
Uh,
reason
so he
Katja
was
killed him.
blood-handed. That's something I didn't know.
Thorn's demeanor changes immediately to he's just like staring at Arjun. How do you know this?
Katja told me a lot about him before I came here, years ago when she came to Glasgow.
When? And I like ask for like dates and stuff. Did anyone else hear this? Could you substantiate it?
Let me see, but it was I think I think it was about 60 or wait, let's see. No, it was longer than that because it was before she did her whole Nazi thing. Um,
Is that in character or out of character?
no, well, he'll say how many years it was. I just don't remember exactly right
Okay,
here.
gotcha.
Okay.
But it was like before.
Because if you said in character the Nazi thing, there would be problems.
No, he doesn't exactly know she was a Nazi. She knows she did bad things.
Oh,
He doesn't exactly know he was a
okay,
Nazi.
good. Okay, good. Because I was worried there for a second that I would have to roll for
No,
frenzy in my own fucking haven.
but yeah, no, he'll give a date and say it was before World War
So
II.
she killed him, but he got better.
She staked him, left him to the sun. Well, thought she left him to the sun, but apparently he got away.
Thorn, is there a way for someone to remain alive even if staked in the sun?
I almost waved my hands. 1,000. Someone. The easiest one would be someone arrived and picked him up and took him. Is the easiest.
No, I mean, if
On his
none of
own.
that happens.
That's the well. I'm about to say. I'm like, well, that's still the easiest thing that can happen. I've heard of protean powers possibly, and there's magic that can resist stakes and actually disintegrate them before they penetrate the heart. But I'm not aware of anything that can necessarily let you move while you're staked. No, but that's not really.
Well,
She's put
we all gather up on him and we trounce him, and then he's gone. And then I mean, it's really not relevant. Please talk a bit more about the Nosferatu. They sound really cool. I mean, not cool, but you know.
wait. They
Wait,
sound you never. How old are you? And you never heard of the Nosferatu?
I don't know. Like not. Oh right, right. Katja told me. Oh right. Oh, they're the Nos. Oh, they're the. Okay, monsters. Oh, okay, right. Okay. Okay, it makes sense now. All right. I just. All right.
Arjun, are you aware of what abilities he has? Because I just had a flash of something that I've heard before.
And also, I hate to bother. Do you have what? What all did Katya call him? you remember like all any names, anything odd that she would have referred to him by?
Marcus, her husband, her sire. I'm sure you already know all of that.
Of
Yes.
Katya. Is look a little shy. Is Katya her most probable true name?
Gotcha. Yes, I think that's her name. That's the name she gave me when I first met her.
I cautiously glance at Alexandria and give you a almost unnoticeable nod that the other two people might very well notice.
What am I supposed to understand from the nod?
That gives me information.
Hmm.
I give you a nod as if I can confirm something.
Uh, I remember I have heard about a specific ability that some canites have that allow them to completely remove their heart, and therefore being
Yeah.
baked wouldn't work. Could this have been a possibility?
Sure.
I'm guessing it could have. From what I heard, he dwelt in a lot of things he shouldn't have, and I don't know exactly what he did.
Mm.
Hmm.
There's a host of powers that an infernalist could purchase by means of packs that can get around a stake.
Hmm.
So, but at the same time, I almost consider that beside the point. Or someone could have just pulled the stake out, an ally or something of that nature. He's here and now.
If he was blood hunted, how many allies do you think he would have?
Well, are we talking willing or not?
Hmm.
He does seem powerful enough with the whole mind powers. I believe the other Chimera have been bloodbound and conditioned. Possibly some other things. Regular
I think
black.
we need to speak to Katya first because
Anything you mention to Katya, you have to assume. Any of them will go
exactly,
right to him.
exactly. We have to speak to
So,
Yeah.
Katya, and we have to be very, very clear on what we say to her. So we feed him some information, perhaps that we're scared. So maybe he thinks that the people who saw him are not coming after him. Something like that.
That might work if anyone thinks we can outbluff her.
I'm also not sure if he knows I know.
I think it's best if we keep it. I mean, unless he's peeking inside Katya's mind, I don't think he would know.
Look at you. But that's also right on their list of abilities, isn't it?
Mm. Well, then we have to assume that he also knows about you knowing.
He doesn't yet.
But there hasn't been any movements for the
That's
past few
true.
days.
But he doesn't know that I'm aware of his infernalism as of right now. I promise.
Yes, at least that's something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, 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 yep.
What are you thinking?
So I have a question.
Hmm.
Katya mentioned something about like people, some of us. I think it was the monsters. Well, the Nosferatu. Like they can do some things where they change their appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Many things. Yes. Oh, yes. The powers of obfuscate. Yes.
Do you think they can teach me?
If you ask nicely, perhaps.
Yeah, the thing is, I kind of raise suspicion in general, so I need somewhere to, I don't know, change my appearance. I think.
Can't you do that? And he'll look at Thorn.
No, no, no. I'm afraid it's outside of my expertise. Though it would be a wonderful thing to study. It's one of the more
I don't
useful
think he
powers of the
was
month.
talking about obfuscate, dear.
Oh, and then look a little confused. You mean the flesh crafting? No, dear. No, no. And in fact, I suggest you stay away from that in its entirety.
Why?
Yeah, he sways. He actually sways a little bit. Many a very long story, but the path to that power could very well be a very corrupt path.
You did something with your microphone.
No, I just think something drove past him.
Oh,
So, is that better? That was
yeah,
weird.
yeah, that was weird.
Tell her, I believe that power is possibly a corrupt thing that I don't think you want to play with.
No, okay. I'll ask the Nosferatu then.
Not
But
watch.
if
But
any,
I do not do tell you. Hey, watch them. Have to say anything that you learn from them. Assume that they're also learning from you. They're slick like that. That's why they got to hang around.
if anything, Marcus has an ally in your clan. One of them, one who does believe in well, the flesh rotting.
In the city,
That I don't know, but he didn't look like that before.
you need to find that out.
That's what Katya thinks.
What did he look like before?
Once again, not shake my head. You all might want to leave Katya out of this, or throw her off kilter and not let her know exactly what's going on.
Oh, this is all what she told me before, well, before the
Before,
party.
yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I don't. If you really want this done, I do not suggest letting the Tremere, even our friends, know about it.
I agree with Thorn.
If there's one we can trust, it's Conrad.
Yes, I
Conrad
I have.
seems the most resistant, yes, which is the reason why he should be the bait. Which, i.e., he should be given the wrong information. That we're not doing
um
anything, and in fact laying low, and I'm telling everyone, or Alexandra is telling one to, it's none of our fucking business. Let's just make sure Katya is okay,
I
and then
disagree
internal
with
struggles are
that.
internal struggles.
I believe that Conrad should have the correct information from us, but he can give whatever information deems to be appropriate to keep things contained. But he should be fully informed of what we do.
That's a stupid idea.
Mm.
We can't blindside them completely.
And we can't let him know either because we don't know how powerful he is.
That is the safest route, is to completely blindside them.
Yeah. They'll
Plus,
understand afterwards.
yeah, I mean that is the safest route. Plus, we're talking about going into the Tremere Chantry, probably
Exactly.
unless
We're
we can get
going
him
into their domain.
in. Mm-hmm.
If they
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah, they will once we come in, or for our allies, our friends will.
how will they know that we're going for him and not for them all?
You,
If we
you,
Because
don't.
when the time comes, some of us, she smiles, can let them know just
yes,
is about to happen. We can let them know,
yes,
and then, well, we don't blindside them. We make them know that now's the time, and that then he has no chance. Well, he has no time to reorganize or in any way be able to go. Well, to find out before it's too late, and then he's fucked. Well, I mean, sorry, screwed.
I I don't think it will be that simple.
Especially not if we tell them in advance.
I'm not suggesting telling all of them. I'm suggesting having one of them.
That's telling all of them. Katya told me enough about how they work.
Yes, however, I don't believe that his presence there is part of the
I
high.
wouldn't take that chance.
However, I do think there is a way to torpor him without physically
Yeah,
harming him or without
we
a
just
stick.
stab him alive.
That or you just attack his mind, my dear.
Expect him to be strong-willed. He probably is both a master of thaumaturgy and possibly, it sounds like, infernal thaumaturgy, dominate and aspects.
That, oh yes, I do believe. It will take a lot of work.
His weakness is probably his body. And a warning, fire may not work.
I'm fairly confident that stabbing him a lot will do it.
We can't be overconfident in this
I'm
or
not overconfident.
reckless. But please, Arjun, what did you have in mind?
I do think it will be difficult, but well, if on top of the stabbing, I let's say make him believe he's being attacked by fire or other things, it will help. There is no way to kill someone like this, but there is a way to torture if you
Well, and
damage his mind enough.
actually, we can push him into a frenzy. That would be ideal. He'd be much more likely to run at us and charge at us instead of use his magics.
Well, we don't yet know what are his physical abilities, so we need to learn that first.
Hmm.
How do you want to deal with Conrad? Are we all going to meet
You,
him, or you want things separate?
you all, you know what I think.
Yes, but still, we don't have all the information. Conrad is his brother.
So
Oh my!
He knows him more than anyone else.
Ex- ex- that's exactly why I don't want Conrad to know anything because he knows Conrad.
Yes, but we don't know him, and we can learn from Conrad. He doesn't. Okay, if you don't want to tell Conrad what we're planning, sure, fine.
Not until the very and glance back over at Lil Ellie. Not until the very last second.
Yeah,
In fact, if they can turn off any defenses, uh, just before, that would be better.
I can talk to Katya without talking. So, or anyone you want, really.
Ooh, that's right.
Interesting.
Ooh, look at like this is a crazy out there question, but have you run into any really bad people with your telepathy that probably just need to go away?
Oh yeah,
I mean, just like really bad people that are getting away with all kinds of. I mean, just really bad
yeah.
stuff.
I drank a couple. Yeah.
Oh, but it's um, save me one if you can, and let me know.
Like alive or what?
Yes,
Oh,
for
okay.
for a little bit anyway.
All right. I can find some.
What are you planning, Thorn?
Nothing. But you're
Are
gonna see.
you
But
are
you
you
get to
just
see more.
correcting a child?
No. It sounds like she's doing fine on her own. But I think we might get to see some fun stuff a little bit later, though. And I'm go into back into your kitchen and come out with a clear glass bowl, and go back to my room and come out with a couple candles, and open your door to let the breeze in from the balcony, and just kind of
What's he
tell
doing?
everyone I'm going to perform a divination. It's pretty potent stuff. Once I start, please don't interrupt.
Can I watch?
Yes, but once again, no
Okay.
speaky, no touchy.
All right.
I hope my table
After
doesn't explode, Thorn.
no, about to say no. It should be very safe. But I do need your permission.
Mm.
This is being your house and all.
But he's gonna give you a teasing look, like thinking what to ask in return for this. Alright, I'll give you permission, but you'll have to do me a favor.
I'm at your disposal, madam.
Then please go ahead.
Ely looks very excited as she gets into the room and sits down.
He comes out with two mirrors. He sits in like a triangle with the glass water. He does ritual stuff. Do y'all want me to just go through it or real fast or not? Or
Oh,
skip?
it's fine.
Do the little triangle, meditate for about 15 minutes. Um, get naked from the chest up or from the stomach up. Cut my hands into little slits, rub them in the bowl of water. Mumble a few more minutes, call out a couple of names in Latin that sound weird. And hopefully, if all else does good, and Shayna's not here, I don't think she would make me roll it because the difficulty's 4, as long as I don't fuck anything up and do something stupid, which is still very possible. And I summon that thing right there. Only it's about 3 feet tall and made out of smoking air over top of the bowl of water.
Ely does not say a word. She just stares at it.
So
The
that's a
wind,
thing.
the wind will probably pick up a little bit. Now, the tricky thing is when I speak to it in Latin, it'll look back like it's a little dazed, look at me, its eyes will turn hot red, it'll bear fangs, and a serpent-like tongue will come out of it. And it'll start speaking what sound like curse words, if anyone with any empathy score whatsoever. And if you speak Latin, are curse words.
Anyone speak Latin?
No.
Well, I scream at it back in Latin, insultingly and reproachingly, until it actually bows down a little bit and tears start streaming out of its eyes. Only they're black. Then I say something like, Mikel of Katiata, sire of Katiata.
His name is Marcus. Michael is the name of he's going by as a neonate.
And thank you. Ain't throwing smarter than that. I say, name all the stuff all the nicknames that he's heard, and say what I describe what he looks like to her. And after about 2 minutes of that, she will disappear. And I will get a little shiver. And get up and start picking everything up. Look a little bit like a zombie for a few minutes. Go for like 20 seconds. I hope to have more information about him soon.
Your friend seemed interesting.
Quite a friend.
True, I hope it wasn't a friend with the way you seem to be speaking to each other.
Elementals
Just
aren't
not.
always fun. Yeah. Elementals are not always fun and cute. And look a little exhausted and stuff, but kind of happy.
So, what did we get from all this?
Information, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that like a future thing? Is this thing going to?
Yeah, the whole idea that spirits and gods know everything off the top of their head is a little bit ridiculous. The more you learn,
Did did you just summon like a fairy or something?
that was an I would call it an elder elemental, but minor elemental thing. Yes, with a nasty disposition.
She smiles very, very widely, nods. She gets up and she looks around. She goes, "So, is there anything else we need to talk about?"
Well, first of all, I can hope no one here can talk about what they've seen, if at all possible, because
course.
if the Tremere find out about it, they'll be able to block anything that I do.
Seen what?
Thank you. They're not the only ones. Plus, if we go in, I can see wards and shit like that.
Well, you can be assured that I'm not gonna tell anyone. I don't know in what weird position you put me again with your shenanigans, so I'd rather stay
Smile.
on the safe side of things.
I would too. That's why my preference is to let our friends, the Tremere, know as little as possible till right up the last second.
So are we
I
all
like you, Thorn.
Yeah, but to
You're
say,
smart.
well, actually, and someone like you letting them know would be ideal. Someone like you up close wouldn't cause that much attention.
Who, me?
Yes, and then with your telepathy, you can contact them each silently.
not to
Okay.
mention that
It's an idea.
Katya has a very maternal connection to you.
Even
Yeah, I
better.
know. She smiles very broadly.
I do too. Unfortunately, I'm like, yeah, that's a great. Oh, and that's a little wicked, but yes, that is also handy.
I like her. I think she would have been a good mom.
I think so too.
Actually, I was about to time favor the lady myself. She seems quite good, but
Well, I think she's. I think she can. She can. I'm not entirely sure that she's all good all the time, but I mean, we are what we are. So.
Well,
yeah, no one
yes.
is.
We all have a
Anyways,
past.
yeah, but it's fine. But I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna find my mom and yeah, because she's probably freaking out. But all right, I'm gonna talk to you later.
Have a good night, Eli.
All right,
And
good night.
yes, no, she used to be much different when I first knew her. Much sweeter.
Who knows what might have happened to her?
This guy sounds like
She
But
just walks out. She doesn't really say goodbye to anyone. She just leaves.
I don't think that there is no redemption for her. I mean, by the way she looks and speaks to Eli, it's a good indicator that like
let's get this Michael. Yeah, let's get this Michael prick away from him and see what happens.
I'll be honest with you. When we were at the meeting there, and she made this comment regarding the ghouls, I was very disturbed.
Indeed, she wasn't like that before.
And if there's a way to help her get back to who she was, I believe that would be beneficial to everyone.
Yes, she is trying, and I have told her I'll help her.
I believe the key might be Ely, actually.
If it comes down to
Partly.
if it comes down to combat, look over at Arjun, and we need a distraction. I assume you could do about anything.
I am quite gifted in the arts of my clan, yes.
That's handy.
I could get better, but for that I would have to do something that is unspeakable by the likes of the Camarilla. And something that I would hate to do myself.
It's not on my list. It- we also, I think it's a gross act, and my part of the clan thinks it's a gross act.
Well, it's also quite a visible thing, if I've heard correctly.
Oh yeah, it does make it does show up quite easily in the aura. Which means if you're asking, can we confirm that it fucks with your soul? No, I can't confirm that. But it does smear a dark stain across your aura. That's enough for me.
Hmm, more than enough for me. So
Hmm.
I guess that would be out of the question. However, if it came to it, would you do it to him?
I don't really think the grossness of the perpetrator really.
I don't think the grossness is the problem here, but his strength. I don't know
I certainly wouldn't.
what strength of will he has.
I certainly wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
I would rather not. Even if could, I'm sure he would take over.
Well, I suppose the next step will be to brief Evie, Evelyn, on all this.
I assume she's with us.
Well, she will be, I am sure. I have a feeling that she might be able to help us quite a lot. And don't forget, it's not just Evelyn, it's also her child, the Primogen. So that makes two quite powerful elders that we could use. And by. As for the rest of the Primogen,
Sorry.
I haven't yet met all of them, so I don't know whom can I trust.
Don't die, dude.
Yeah,
Um,
classic Steve.
if we were to talk to the other Primogen, I'm not sure I'd be the perfect fit to talk to the Gangrel.
um, you know her well?
No, but she's a Gangrel. All our clans have history.
Well, I'm quite friendly with another gangrel, Ancilla. But if you have connection with the Primogen, perhaps you could involve her. I'm not quite sure about the rest of them, honestly, and I would feel more comfortable if we got some sort of permission, so to speak, from Conrad, or at least some indication that we don't overstep.
Yes, I guess. I'm saying you maybe go with Ancilla. It's better. The Clan Ravnos and Clan Gangrel have animosity through history. Not one that I really care about, but she might.
Well, then I will speak to Jason. He's actually very open minded, so I don't think he will have any issues with you. Quite the contrary, I believe.
I'd like to get on. I'd like to go as well.
Go where? To Calf City.
Yeah, I'm not in over here. Sorry. To talk to the Gangrel guy with you.
I don't think that will be necessary. As you know, I do have a lot of sway. Still coughing. Come on,
Then,
you. Hmm?
then talk to Jason, and we can work out while she talks to the other Primogen as we go, as we meet them.
Okay. Well, if anything, from the ones I know, okay, I do know the Toreador Primogen, but I don't think it would be in our best interest to indicate to him that the prince might be compromised. He might see this as an opportunity to take power. And I don't think that would be in our best interest.
Definitely not.
Um, Highway, on the other hand, she seems okay. So I will have Jason approach her, and of course the Malkavian Primogen. Evelyn can speak to him. As for the others, I have not. I have yet to meet them. Well, I suppose we do have some plans. Is there anything else that we might have overlooked?
Lots, but we're gonna get more information soon, I guess.
All right, so we'll keep each other informed. Agreed?
Agreed.
Nod. Ah, now it's a conspiracy. Da, 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 da.
Well, we shouldn't call it that. It's for a good cause, I believe.
I would rather call it a mission for justice.
Yes, I think I prefer that.
Meow.
Meow. Sorry.
Meow.
It feels like you should talk
But
to
I
everybody.
think we all have a thing animals making noise in the background.
Well, if that is all, I believe I'll go out a bit. I have been missing it. Well, I have been missing this going out in the last few nights.
Well, yes, of course. Do enjoy the rest of the evening.
And he'll nod and go away. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Well, that was eventful and very informative.
I don't. Are we sure we want to bring little Ellie into this, or Eli? I'm sorry.
Ely might be a child in the body, but she's been around for quite some time.
No, no.
I mean, I know that Katya may consider her innocent, but that's not really the case, is it? If she survived for as long as she has, she knows pretty well how to do so and how to do things to keep her alive.
Hmm. And right about then, I kind of have a small little half seizure for 2 seconds. Run back over to the mirror and start looking down into it, and you'll see phlegm and blood start running out of my nose in a pretty decent amount until it actually covers up a little bit of the dish, and then a face starts forming in the blood and stuff of that nymph thing that I summoned earlier. Only it's more grotesque and more hatred looking than it was before, even in the reflection of blood and mucus. I hacked that up for a full 30 seconds or so. It says a few words to me in Latin, and then it fades away. And I immediately walk over to the sink and start washing myself off.
And I look at you in disbelief. Are you alright?
Take a second and wash everything off my face. Push the nice little, still slightly bloody, and check it out. The mirror has no goop on it except for a little bit of blood. That's it. Just a tiny bit of blood. That's all it's on it. Wash it in the sink.
Things are getting weird, Thorn. Do you want to explain to me what just happened?
Look up at you. Yeah, if you'd like. Are you sure you'd like?
Yes, because I want to retain my sanity. I want some sort of explanation,
Kind of
logical one.
kind of giggle. I'm like, that's all we all really do anyway. Is lie to ourselves to keep our sanity. Walk by, about to say, and look at you real close in the eyes. Like that was a minor imp that I've sent into hell to ask around for who the handler is of Michael in hell. If I get that being's name, I might be able to look it up and see what powers he is known to grant. What kind of being he is. Its
Is
powers.
that thing that you did, is it something that is permitted?
Air elementals are absolutely permitted. I
I
mean, in the
mean,
whole,
I
I would
mean,
get burnt
sending
in
something to
1749, of course, like pretty much any religion.
no, I mean sending something to hell and back here.
It's not pleasant, is it?
Um, well, I wasn't the one bleeding out of my face, but it was quite a thing to watch.
That wasn't pleasant either, and I apologize.
Well, are you feeling okay?
Hmm. I've worked with that demon, that spirit before.
Well, good, because you still have that favor you owe me.
Yes. Look up. He's got a little smirk.
Well, it's an interesting night. Might want to go and relax in the hot tub. Let's just get up and go into the bedroom.
Do, 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 do. With that, clean myself up a little bit more. look into the mirror, do a deep breath, recenter myself, go get laid. And I flash Tina Bus in the hot tub. And I'm happy enough to pull out one little bag of Vitae that I've saved, so I didn't have to go out tonight, and pour it up in a little glass. It's not a lot.
Well,
Hey.
technically, since you're in my haven, you can make use of my herd. So,
Oh well. Should we call? Should we call one or two people over for a party? Order Cantonese, booze them up.
well, let's assume that you have already fed.
Okay, even better. And with that, we'll close scene before it turns into an orgy.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. Head up time, fade to black. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for playing and watchers for watching. See you next time.